Hello, everybody, and welcome back to The Wild Beyond the Witchlight. I'm your whimsical DM, Victoria, and we're gonna play some D&D tonight. But before we do that, we are going to do announcements, and we're gonna do a recap. So, Kristy, if you could be so kind as to roll the clip.
Good evening, and welcome to the show. Now, here's a word from our sponsors. Little Dragon Core is a Canadian-based dice company that supplies all kinds of cool tabletop gear. I mean, look at all these pretty dicey boys. Head on over to littledragoncorp.com and enter the coupon code BONUS for 15% off your order. That's BONUS. Cardboard Castle Games is a brick-and-mortar game store local to Evans, Georgia. They have a wide selection of tabletop gaming and other cool games like Magic the Gathering, Pokemon cards, and even Yu-Gi-Oh! You can visit them in-store and let them know that we sent you, or you can go visit their website at cardboardcastlegames.com. Also, big thanks to Syrinscape for the amazing atmospheric sounds and music. You can add these sounds and more to your game when you download the Syrinscape desktop or mobile app. The app is free and comes with 20 sound sets that are included to get you started. You don't even need to register. Go to Syrinscape.com to find out more. Thanks as well to Adrian Von Ziegler for providing some additional music that we use here on Thursday nights. He's a talented composer with great content usage rights, so go check out his YouTube and Patreon and support him if you can. Please check out our other games. We stream almost every day here at Probo. We have games for several of the major published 5e modules, as well as homebrew games, and some of our games feature systems other than 5e, like Star Wars, Power Rangers, and Alien. Come watch all of our VODs over on our YouTube. You can also follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Don't forget, you can also support the channel by following, by subscribing, remembering to click the bell notification so you never miss another live stream, using channel emotes, and if you're an Amazon Prime user, you get a free subscription to Twitch every month. Thanks again to all of our sponsors for supporting Proficiency Bonus. And now, back to the show.
Thank you very much for your amazing ad reel, Kristy. I appreciate it. And now that we've had a word from our sponsors and stuff, we're going to kick it over to our resident recapper, Ink, Master of Darkness and Recaps.
Oh my gosh. Well, you will no longer be in the dark after I tell you what happened last time on Wild Beyond the Witchlight. The party, well, actually, I should start. Spoiler warnings for the end of Wild Beyond the Witchlight's module. We've had an ongoing spoiler warning. Your game definitely won't look like ours, but it might look a little bit like it. So just be aware of that going forward. As I was saying, last time on Wild Beyond the Witchlight, the party began to explore the Palace of Heart's Desire, hoping to finally be able to free Zybilna from the time-stop curse that has been placed upon her. With this exploration, we found a couple things, including a magical crystal carriage, which was solved with a little bit of teleportation inside to be able to get the key that would allow it to have a door in the first place and animate the horses to be able to take you somewhere, but we're not ready to leave just yet. We were also able to solve the riddle of the crown after encountering a creature, a sort of stone statue version of a heart that was going by the name of Wrath, as we had known that the riddle from the crown had spelled out the word Wrath. The crown was presented to the heart with the most of noble kneeling and bowing and respect, which is why a certain lion was left outside. The heart, after being granted the crown, informed the party that all of the doors that were marked with its image would now be open. However, entering the castle would claim the party as visitors, not guests. And so the protections that are offered the guests of the Grove would not extend inside the castle itself. So the party prepared for a possible fight. A little bit more exploring, and the party was able to decide how they wanted to infiltrate, eventually going in through the western wings of the castle. where they each took a flower from a sort of hallway where they were all told that they should each take one. A little bit of druid crafting, making them into very nice corsages, and eventually finding a very large courtyard in the center of the castle, which had been overtaken with a seemingly endless storm. The party was also able to witness a man in full armor who seemed to be a member of Molliver and Staghorn's group, but frozen in time at the point of their sort of assault on the castle to try and stop the League of Malevolence. The party contemplated for a long time of how best to try and save him, as once the time stop curse was released, he would be plummeting down into the storm below. Not having a perfect plan thought out yet, they decided to proceed a little bit further into the castle, where they were able to find a destroyed part of the castle with the entire wall being broken down and rubble, leading them to a room at the back where Ego was able to sneak in and spy a very, very strange and terrifying looking creature, draconic in nature but not fully a dragon, as well as some other members of the court, and what they believed to be was Zybilna herself, frozen still in time, along with the others in the room. The cauldron that the party needs to mess with to be able to free her from this spell, unfortunately, underneath the sleeping form of this strange creature, which the party was able to later identify as a Jabberwock, a very, very well-known creature in the Feywild, very, very dangerous, not able to normally be slain, or at least stay slain, unless using a very particular Vorpal blade. So, not knowing whether or not they should move further, they decided to double back, remembering that with their possession of the unicorn horn at least, and the knowledge of a creature's true name, they should be able to free some members from this spell. So, with a little bit of rope, Don's big muscles, and a rocking horse, they were able to free the time-stopped man and get at least a little bit more information about what had been going on. They also learned that the Jabberwock is an ally to Zybilna, though it does not seem like the hags had any way of knowing how exactly she had brought the beast to heel, recalling some letters that we had found in their huts long ago. There is still one member of the group that is missing, their wizard, who the party is still trying to locate, and so they continue to creep amongst the rooms of the Castle of Heart's Desire, trying to find anything that could help them so that hopefully they do not have to face and slay this creature, since it is apparently an ally of Zybilna's. When we had just last left off, we had come into a room full of very immaculate semi-sentient weapons that, while they definitely want to boost the confidence of the wearer, any attempt to try and complement the weapon back just leads them to revealing a horrible inferiority complex, and their sentience fades away. And that's where we left off, Victoria.
Thank you very much for that, Ink. So, Ink and Kristy, you two may take D6 Bardic Inspirations for your contributions to the stream, and then for our DJ Graph and our Keeper of Deals, Iris, you may both have regular player inspiration for your contributions to the stream. So, yeah, when we left off, you guys picked up some weapons with some serious inferiority complexes. What would you like to do? You're looking for Ringle Run. You know where the Jabberwock, the Cauldron, and likely Zybilna and Mercion are. What would you guys like to do next? I'm gonna move your little tokens over over here to P27
I think
area.
we're gonna try to go over to the right side of the castle, if I remember correctly. Like that was.
Yeah, we were gonna check out the east
We're gonna
wing.
track back to like the front and go through the other side, right? Or go up.
Yeah, so we could go look for Ringle Run. Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I with you guys?
Yeah.
Okay,
So yeah, we had initially had you like kind of like standing guard outside of the castle. But if you
my
would
goodness.
like, Aurum can kind of just like be like, okay, I feel like going in now and just catch up with everybody.
Okay, I feel like going in now.
So just for your context, Jamie, there's a lot of stuff going on this map here on Roll20. So there's a room. I don't even know if I can't even tell if you're in here.
I'm not, but I'm about to be.
Okay, good, because this is a dungeon crawl, so you probably need it. In order to get to where the others went, you have to go. Moving these.
Thank
You
you,
have to go
Blitz
through-
Graybeard, for all those freaking chat rewards. Holy crap!
Oh my god, he's getting.
We love
he's
you,
getting
Matthew.
back at me for the spam that I do on Fridays. Thank you, Matthew.
We love you.
He said, make Kristy edit the overlay
Yeah.
with all those chat rewards.
It gives me time.
But yeah, you basically have to pass by. There's like this crystal carriage with like crystal pegasi that are like just look like statues at the front of it. And then there's another room that you would go through from there that has this like big red rug with this like thorny white rose motif on it. And right next to both doors at this end that you're at and the opposite end of the hall, there is a vase on like a little stand that says "Take one" and is filled with a bunch of like white roses. Do you take
All right.
one before proceeding?
Yeah, the sign tells me to. So.
Okay, that's good. So you can take one and pass through the room again, and so you're here. This is the rug room. Up over here, so you can pass through that. You would also see that there are rooms with lion crests on them here, and then up in this other hallway, like up here, they are closed.
Okay.
And there's no sign of any sort of like knob or hinge or anything to open them. And then you can meet back up with the rest of your party up over here.
Oh,
Whoa!
let me put on the
So Aurum
map.
would show up. I don't see Aurum. Or, well, I guess you're probably recovering from getting home from work, so
I'm chomping.
that's
He's
fine.
munching.
Boo!
Right.
Oh shit!
It'd be
I
quiet.
cast lightning bolt on him.
No.
I tell him to be quiet because
There's
of the
enough
big
lightning.
monster.
Yeah, they're
That's
just
in the
sleeping
next room.
dragon type.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Can everybody just give me a general intelligence check super quick?
Oh boy.
Oh,
You're, you're looking to hit or pass a 13. This one's not hard.
I do
know
have a
what?
minus.
No! Sorry.
Let's do roll 20 and see what happens.
I rolled a
Oh,
9
no.
as well.
Oh my god, we're all gonna fail!
Wait, has everybody failed so far?
We got a
Yes,
9
everyone's
for
failed.
Ego, a 10 for Dawn, and a 10 for Clover.
This is what
And the one
D&D we
point,
all
yeah.
want.
A
I
9.
believe it was a 9 for Aurum.
Because
as
I
well, yeah.
rolled badly and I have a -1, but I do have an inspiration. I can just go ahead and.
I mean, I do have it. I could save myself. I have the announcement inspiration that I could do.
Would you like me to give your Partial Valor's Call group a chance at this? Because it's kind of like something that everyone in this area could think of. Or do you want to?
Sure, I'm just gonna use my I'm gonna use my D6 that I get in the beginning anyway. So I almost never
Okay.
use it.
You just got to roll a 3 or higher.
Hey,
Nice. Okay. Clover, maybe this is like a remnant of the curse that you had been suffering from as part of having your luck taken from you by the hags. Because your curse was very specific to doors. For you had to knock on every
that's
single door before you went
right.
into it.
yes.
And you're looking at all of these doors in this castle, and some of them are just doors, but a couple of them are stag doors, and a couple of them are lion doors. You don't think there's anything stopping you from trying to prop open a stag door. You don't know what's going to happen if you then somehow get the lion doors open, but you think it might be worth a try, like, propping it open. Like, you could take some of these, like, no longer sentient weapons and probably just, like, stick one in the door or something
Victoria,
if you wanted.
It is so funny you say this because I was literally thinking about this in bed like 2 nights ago. I was like, we could just open all the doors and keep them open. As long as they don't shut, we could keep them open. Thank you for that reminder, because I, like, out of character, I did think this. I would explain that to the party, and I think, like, at the very minimum, as we're going back out, we just make sure they don't close behind us.
Okay. Yeah, that's easily doable.
Yeah, we can use
So
these
we can
weapons.
go and put the crown on the other guy's head, and then
Yeah, so
open
then
those
that way
doors.
we have all the doors open, even without having 2 crowns. It's a way around the puzzle.
That works.
I really
There's a
didn't
whole-
think about that. I kind of just assumed that the doors would like close by themselves. I don't know why.
Well, if we put something like a door jam, like to make sure, because that's what I do, especially on like in the windy, like when spring gets really windy and I need to air out my house, I need to be able to put things underneath the doors so they don't slam shut.
There's all the rubble in the
Yeah.
pool room.
Well, we have all these weapons that are not doing anything, and
I
at
mean,
least if
rubble
we
would
don't,
work, yeah.
and if we
Weapons,
don't
rubble.
talk to them, they'll stay sentient, right? As long as we don't talk to them, they'll be okay.
Yeah.
Or the
Well,
rebel.
let's all. Yeah. Well, I mean, let's just grab all sorts
Grab
of
what we
stuff
got.
and let's see. I mean, so let's use a weapon for this door.
Yeah.
In case people need
Oh.
to rapidly
Oh my
arm
God.
themselves with
That's good.
weapons of sentience.
Yeah.
Kristy, I'm not sure if you saw, but
Yeah, I
Blitz
just saw
sent
it now.
another-
I just saw it now. Thank you, man. I'm adjusting.
So yeah, you guys, for context, you guys have 6 player rerolls, and a ton of inspirations and probos and stuff.
If for some reason we need to at least do a little bit of fighting with the Jabberwock, we're good.
Right. Or like animal handling chicks or something. Like to subdue.
Yeah, so you guys can just stick, you know, like maybe like a large, like a hammer or like a greatsword, or really like anything
A
that you
maul.
can find rubble, a maul, yeah, anything, and just like kind of stick it into that door frame, and it props open.
Okay. I'll grab like a piece of wood or something from the pool room and make sure that this door is propped open.
Sorry, which one was? Oh, this one on the side here.
Yeah.
The side of P26, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And then we just need to get something in the front
For
door.
the front door. Yeah. I think something bigger for the front door. Like maybe multiple things for the front door.
Yeah. Yeah, let's get a couple bigger weapons.
Yeah, there's like a ton of every kind of weapon in this room, so that's no problem. And if you guys want, you can head back down.
Yeah.
And go on over to the front. I'm gonna grab everyone.
Oh, I moved
Oh,
myself.
God.
Sorry.
Oh God. Okay, I'm
sorry,
gonna
I
grab
grabbed
the
myself.
NPCs. No, you're good. I'm gonna grab
Is
the
this like a
NPCs.
scary bridge?
Which one?
Yes.
Okay,
It's like
so
a
when,
stairwell.
so there's a staircase there, yes. But when you like look out into that, because yeah, you would not have seen this until now. There's this like massive rectangular courtyard that up top is open to like the twilight sky. And there's no visible floor like beyond the stairs when you look down into that like stormy area. Instead you just see like a vortex of dark clouds that churn down there, and then there's like this marble tower, this big circular structure in the center rising up from that maelstrom, and it's encircled by 7 turrets. And there are these like staircases in certain spots that are going like up higher up into like some of the smaller towers. And they're also like they double as like a buttress that spans the void and stabilizes the tower. Aurum, do you want to go look at the Jabberwock? They keep talking about a Jabberwock, and you have
God
no
damn
idea
it.
what that is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, what did you say?
He said okay.
Yes. Let's do it. Why
Oh.
not?
Roll a stealth check.
Okay, I have advantage because I have boots of elven kind.
Nice.
My steps make no sound regardless.
That's good.
Yeah. Stealth. +21. Natural 20. +1.
Damn,
Okay.
boy.
Let me just check something really. Okay. So you're able to kind of creep through. There's this like room that looks like it was maybe like a changing room here, number P26, and you can kind of just like creep on over up to P25. This looks like it was like a little bathhouse room, but it's been absolutely destroyed, and where this green arrow starts, there's just like a massive hole punched through the wall, and all of this rubble all over this room. Like the tiles are cracked and crushed, there's water everywhere, and then another hole has been punched here, which is leading to a stateroom, P24, which there's like absolutely nothing left in this room. It's just trashed. And then when you kind of creep up to the edge here, you would be looking into like this very grand like ballroom, but the floor is just littered with splintered remains of a bunch of doors and like that have been knocked from their hinges and like openings that have been punched through these walls. And so there's a bunch of courtiers that are frozen in time and motionless. In the middle of the room, there's this big black iron cauldron on a dais with like dark vapors rising out of it. And then there's this huge, like sickly green colored dragon-like monster coiled around it. And its body is like twitching slightly, and its eyelids are over these bulbous eyes are like closed and fluttering as it dreams. And you would notice that there are two particular figures that kind of stand out. One is an imperious middle-aged woman with long white hair, white robes, and like a little chicken foot mark under her eye. And a younger woman clad in armor and a white cape. The older woman is desperately reaching towards the cauldron, while the armored woman at her side is grasping a fine-looking quarterstaff. And if you head on up to the Maps Handouts Picks channel and do a bit of scrollies, I think it's clear which image is the Jabberwock. And then there is the woman with the staff and the white cape, and the white-haired woman. And then the most recent picture is a gentleman being referred to as Strongheart by the rest of the group, who you would gather is like a part of Valor's Call that they saved from the time freeze. But yeah, so that's what you see. So it's a big honking dragon. And it's gross. And got like little tentacles on its face. But that's what you see. That's what they're trying to get around to go look at the other side of the castle.
Why didn't we just sneak across?
Because I'm wearing a lot of armor.
Oh, okay.
Not very dexterous.
Got it.
Yeah, that stealth roll was really close. It was very close.
Sneaking to go see the creature in the first place, I had to roll 2 stealth checks, and I failed both of them, so I'm not going to take the chance.
Got it.
But yeah, just to kind of update you on things. But if you want to head back and, I mean, if you want to do things with the Jabberwock, you can do things with the Jabberwock. But everybody else is going to be down here at P12.
Does it look like angry or agitated, or is it just like a guy?
He looks so peaceful and snoozy. He's like perfectly peacefully asleep, curled up around this cauldron. It's probably keeping him very warm.
Oh yeah.
He's very cozy
Like a heat lamp.
amidst the rubble and the frozen people.
Okay.
You're gonna try to eat something off of his body.
No. I was
Not
going to try to
yet.
pet him because he looks friend-shaped.
Oh, friend-shaped. He's friend-shaped.
He looks friend-shaped. I'm gonna go. I will go back to the party. I don't need to cause problems.
Yet.
The primal urges don't win today, at least not yet.
You could potentially pet him later. That's not a bad
He looks
idea.
friend-shaped.
Yeah,
A
the
little
whole idea is
friendship.
that we don't fight him. We
Yeah,
try to,
we-
like,
Befriend him.
wake up Zybilna first so that she can be like, stand down, and then we can pet him.
Maybe you could ride. Maybe Isabella would let you ride him.
What a cool friendship.
Very cool friendship.
So you guys can prop open that door that leads into P12. What would you
Yeah.
like to do next?
Now we gotta. Well,
Gotta go back to P15, right?
actually. Yeah. We want to check and make sure we prop open all the stag door. Yeah, the heart
Yeah.
doors on that side. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Ego was predicting that this door was going to be a stairwell.
You open that door?
Yeah.
Predictor.
You are right. It is a stairwell that spirals up.
We're gonna have to go
and up.
all the way around to get back to P15.
Yeah, we have to go back outside
Okay.
and jump up the wall again.
Yeah.
Why aren't we going up the stairs?
We want to
Okay.
check out all the floors on the first floor first.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
we're looking for Ringle Run.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
trying to find the wizard.
Please, Lord.
Wizards.
Uh-huh.
There's nothing that he's going to be able to provide that I can't do.
Yeah,
but
whatever
I
he can do,
suppose a
I can
little
do
bit more
better.
I suppose a little bit more magic is fine.
Molliver hears you say that and is like, Ego, you don't gotta be so. I mean, it kind of sounds like you're feeling a little inferior here. I mean, Ringle Run's really great.
I'm sure he is.
But I will say, and the whole reason that we're here, and that we really do anything with the League of Malevolence is there's this beef that Ringle Run and Kellic of the League of Malevolence have had for a very, 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 very long time. And it all stems from the fact that Ringle Run has a staff of power, and Kellic really thinks it should belong to him. And everything that Kellic does boils down to the fact that he's trying to get that staff of power. So,
So these two wizards have been rivals for an untold amount of time for a staff.
so Ringle Run really likes arcane knowledge.
Naturally.
He met some sort of creature called a Marid, some sort of underwater tomb guardian creature, and tricked it into surrendering the staff of power, and it made Ringle Run really, really powerful. It made him the envy of a lot of other, magic-y types, including Kellic. Kellic is very entitled. But Ringle Run is very kind, but they're not really like not as charismatic as me, if I may say.
I'm sure that your description is apt. I'm sure that their heart is very kind. But this just sounds like I'm being reaffirmed in my thoughts that the staff is what makes the wizard powerful, and they're just fighting over it because they can't find the ancient powerful magics to which I know.
But
I mean-
Ego, I've seen you fiend after powerful items to make yourself stronger too.
Oh.
Mm.
I fiend after ancient knowledge. I have
Is there-
never
is there a
used.
difference?
I've never. Well, yes,
Well,
of course, because I apply the knowledge. Whereas it sounds like it's called a staff of power. So, is he powerful, or does he just have a powerful staff?
So
I
you're
mean-
telling me that you wouldn't want a staff that makes you more powerful?
We'll see how powerful it is, and I'll decide.
In his defense, I've probably done a bad job of explaining it. He does read a lot, to the point where he doesn't want to talk to us because he's just reading about magic stuff.
Wait, Dawn, you need
and
to. I need
Elkhorn is
uppies.
you need uppies. Oh yeah.
Oh right,
John,
yeah, I'll get
you need
it.
to
Yeah,
give
he
up
jumps
uppies.
back down and he'll
Please.
grab Clover and jump back up.
Wait, me too. Wait, me too. Or uppies. Someone
Or
uppies.
uppies.
I'll just
So,
pick
yeah,
you up
he
and
goes-
throw you.
Yeah, so Ego's basically, as we're all walking, Ego is like, yes, well, I too also read, because of course I peruse ancient knowledge, but I also converse with beings both dark and powerful. Can someone please help me up the wall?
Strongheart will come up behind you, and like Strongheart, Molliver, and Elkhorn, like you can tell they've definitely done this sort of kind of like thing before as a party, because like Strongheart will like get down and like hold out their hand, and then Elkhorn will like get a boost, jump up to the top of the wall, and then like hold down his hand. Molliver gets a boost up, and then they will give you a boost up, and like you don't have to do anything because Molliver and Elkhorn, like Strongheart basically boosts you all the way up there, and he just the two of them will then lift you over the wall.
So
you
as I
kind
was
of get heated.
Yeah, and then as I land on top, I go, so as I was saying, I am incredibly powerful on my own merit.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I don't really know enough about magic to know if it's like what it is. And Elkhorn's like, you know what, I agree. A lot of people spend too much time reading books and not enough time smashing skulls. And if you're gonna defeat evil, it's not gonna be in a book, it's gonna be on a battlefield, so you gotta do that. And you can't just waste all your time trying to study. You just got to go kill stuff. As long as I have the strength in my bones to fight evil, that's what I'm gonna do.
But I just want to be clear, we most likely will find your friend, this wizard, frozen in time, in possession of that staff.
Probably, yeah.
Alright, interesting. Noted.
Oh my god.
Just remember, you can't actually do anything. You can't, like, move the things that are frozen.
Right, yeah. I know. I wanted to make sure that the other guy, his rival,
Doesn't have it.
Can't take it.
Yeah.
Well, he wouldn't. That's probably why they've been hanging around here.
You know, can't be too powerful of a wizard if he's stuck in a frozen thingy. So.
Well, I mean, so is the Archfey in charge of this entire realm, so is it really like an issue of his power, or is it an issue of people getting duped? I think you all might like Calic, or not Calic, oh my god, Wrinkle Run. When you meet him, you won't like Calic. Calic sucks.
Understood.
I'm sure I like him.
I'm happy to see if there is a wizard that can impress me. I flip my very long hair.
Don't worry, Molliver. I like just about everybody, so I'll probably like him.
I think you will. It's just don't try not to bother him when he's reading books. He doesn't like it.
I don't do book reading really, so that's fine. They can do something.
Who has a passive wisdom of over 14?
Me?
Not me.
Okay. So previously, I believe it was only Clover that had gone in this room.
Yeah.
So Aurum and Saoirse, as you enter this room, it's a candlelit workroom with tables and dressers and bunks for like the palace staff. So this is like the servants' quarters. And there's 5 goblins that are frozen in place like statues in the middle of like mundane work, like ironing clothes and darning socks and folding sheets. And then there's this row of brass bells along one wall. But as you are entering into this room, really once you're kind of like going to pass it, I think is when you kind of notice like over here, at the top of the room, there's something behind the dresser. You see a little bit of movement behind it.
Also, Vic, as a reminder, I do have Detect Magic as a ritual up.
Yeah. You wouldn't see any magic behind the dresser?
Yeah, no, I was just going forward. If it's movement, it's not magical, probably.
I think you already got that there was a magic item that was like a little onyx ring.
Yeah,
with,
and
like,
I didn't want to steal it, because that's the staff's stuff.
I'll grab it.
You're grabbing what you see back there?
Yep.
Okay, so like you like kind of crouch down and grab where you saw a little bit of movement like along the bottom. And your hand like wraps around something that like feels almost paper thin but is like solid in the way that like a leg would be. And you hear like a little, oh my word, unhitch me.
Can I pull it out? What is it?
Yeah, so give me God, okay. I guess this is gonna be like a grapple check.
Okay.
So you're gonna do an athletics check, and this individual is going to do probably an acrobatics to
Dexterity,
try to get
yeah.
out of it.
22.
Not great. That's a 6. So yeah, this individual tries to like slip out of your grip, but you can't, and you start pulling, and like you realize you can't just like easily pull it out like as if you were grabbing like a small animal, because like you have a hold on it. This is a whole leg. And you kind of like pull this person's leg out, and you hear them like squeal in pain a little bit as you like yank their leg like further out from their body than it probably should go. But you find yourself looking at what looks like a person's leg, like maybe like a more humanoid than what you are, like more like human, like it's got pants and a shoe, but it's completely like two-dimensionally flat, like a piece of paper. And like when you like look up through this little crack between the wall and this dresser, which is like not even an inch, you find yourself like looking up into the face of like a very sharply dressed man with these like big, almost cat-like eyes that glow orange, and this like little like brown like bob cut, but he's wearing this like long brown butler's coat and like trousers. I'll send a picture of what you see into the maps, handouts, pics.
I can get it on screen. Oh.
But he, where is this that I'm looking for? He says,
show up.
"Excuse me, I demand that you unhand me at once. I am the personal butler of Zybilna. I will have you know. And if she were to hear about this terrible treatment that you are inflicting upon me, she would be most unhappy."
Why are you under behind the dresser?
"Why are you in the servants' quarters?"
It's a good question.
It is a good question, and I think as the butler and a resident of this palace, I deserve to know why some random brute is laying hands on me. You're
Hey,
very
that's kind of
strong.
mean.
Well, you're very strong. You've gripped me very tightly. I'm going to bruise. I bruise like a peach, you know.
My bad.
Will you let me go?
I thought you might have been a monster or something, so I was, I'm just.
How dare you!
I just saw movement behind the dresser. Not.
Well, perhaps you shouldn't stick your little cat nose where it doesn't belong, Lion Man.
I have a pretty big cat nose.
Regardless of its size, you shouldn't stick it where it doesn't belong.
I'll let go of his leg now.
Okay.
I've been holding the leg the whole time.
So yeah, you can let go of his leg, and you hear this individual take like a deep breath, and kind of like steady themselves and like shift a little bit, and then they will slide out from behind the dresser. And it's like looking at like it's like Flat Stanley. Like this is a two-dimensional man. He is as thin as a piece of paper. But when he pops out, he like snaps both of his fingers, and his body becomes three-dimensional. But he's still this like very tall, stick-thin man in this like brown dress coat, stockings, the buckled shoes, and everything. But yeah, he kind of like looks the group of you over. "You don't look like the ones that have taken over the palace. That awful wizard and his brutish companions. And you don't look like hags either. Are you hags?
No, we
Tell
killed
me if
them.
you are hags.
We killed the hags.
Yes. I mean, no.
Hag?
That's no, it's a different type of hag. Not all
Are you
hags are the
servants?
same. Yes.
Are you servants of the Hourglass Coven?
No.
What's-
No.
We killed them.
We
Yeah,
did
we
kill them.
We did. We killed them.
Oh.
Yeah, we're here to free Zybilna, and we killed the hags.
Roll a persuasion check, Saoirse. You can roll it with advantage because you kind of have everybody here like explaining the story.
I am a hag, though.
You're not a hag yet.
I'm like a baby hag.
You're a hag the way I am an archfey.
Yeah,
I'm
baby.
You're
I'm
like a pre.
Pre-hag.
like a caterpillar trying to become a butterfly. I'm a pupa.
Pupa, little pupa baby.
17 on the persuasion.
Well, that was very good of you to do.
Thank you.
I apologize if I've been a bit... You have to understand. Things were going splendidly, business as usual, and then all of a sudden, some outsiders show up. Time is frozen. My master frozen in time as well. Her sisters betray her, and, well, everything's gone, pardon my language, but tits up. And what's an old butler to do about that? So, I apologize for not trusting you initially. I hope you can understand why that is.
No, that's totally valid.
May, it could have been worse. You could have attacked us.
Yeah, actually, that was Aurum being gentle.
That's true. I wasn't trying to break your leg.
No, he
I will
wasn't.
remember that for the future and keep my ankles very far away from your grasp. He takes a step back from you, Aurum. So then you're here to help?
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah. Do you know how to find? Well, first of all, do you know where the wizard is? Since
Which-
you've been here.
The good one. The good
Alec?
one. No, Wrinkle
Good
Run.
one. Oh, the one frozen in time.
Yeah.
I do.
Would you show us where he is?
I could.
Secondly,
That is the-
do you know how to tame the Jabberwock? Or not tame, but keep it calm without just until we can wake Zybona.
Yeah, we don't want to kill it if she's friends with it.
I know a bit about the Jabberwock.
Uh-oh.
Good. All right.
So your answer to both of those questions has the inflection of you want something.
Of course. That's how it
You could
works.
tell.
Right. Right. So let's just get to it. What kind of deal are we striking?
And he will come up to you and put his hands under his face. I love gossip. Tell me a secret.
Oh.
A secret
Oh
for a
my
secret.
god.
Okay, so is it a secret for one for each answer, or is it one secret for both answers?
Well,
Just
initially,
just so we're clear.
now that you've offered, I think it will be one secret for one secret. One
All right.
one secret for one answer. Just
Okay.
all I would just like to put a caveat out here, because I know what you adventuring types are like. You're very noble. You want to save everything. I'm not going to help you fight anything.
But that wasn't the ask. We just want directions.
All right.
get
Nobility
this far
hasn't
by-
been something that we've been described as too often.
Well, if you're here to save Zybilna, then you're very noble. Now, I didn't get this far by being brave or foolhardy, so just don't expect me to come to your aid in a fight. I'm a butler, not a hero.
Thank you, Matthew.
Oh my god.
No, sorry, it was I Pyrite. My bad. I read the wrong one in
Thank you, Derek.
order. Thank you, Derek.
Thanks, Derek. All right. So you like gossip?
Oh, I love gossip.
Any
Secrets.
kind?
It has to be a secret that I don't know already.
All right. You probably know everything that's going on in the castle, or was, I suppose. Maybe.
People already don't pay a lot of attention to the help, and when you're able to squish yourself down to the thickness of a piece of paper, it makes it very easy to sort of gather little secrets and things that are going on. So yes, I probably do know everything that's going on in the palace.
Gosh, what secrets have we heard about in our travels?
Oh, it doesn't have to be a secret about the palace or Zybilna. It could be one of your secrets.
Do you know why the Winter Court doesn't dance?
You know, I'm not very familiar with the Winter Court. I myself grew up in the Gloaming Court, but left early on to study the art of butlery. And now I'm here.
refresh Iris's memory. Gloaming Court is
Queen of Air and Darkness.
Oh, so okay.
I know very little about the other courts. I've mostly spent my time here under service of Zybilna. You know, I was one of her first friends.
Okay. Gosh. I'm
My God.
sure I have some.
It got like a little. I'm skipping that. It's like too intense.
Secret. Secret? Secret.
Secrets.
Secrets.
Any sort of secret conversations that you've had, or secret dealings, or secret feelings, secret quirks.
Can we tell it to you in secret and not have the other people here know?
So, like, have the others stand at the other end of the room and you visibly whisper it to me, but they don't get to hear it? I love that, yes!
With also the promise that you don't reveal it?
What's the point of a secret if it's not a secret anymore? The whole point is that you keep it and you store that information. So, no, I don't have any intention of sharing that information unless it impacts the safety and security of Zybilna of Prismia.
Alright.
Or if it violates the rules of Prismia, of hospitality, ownership, and reciprocity. As long as it does not come into conflict with either of those things, I shall keep it.
Then I have one of the two.
Come.
But I need you all to step back.
Okay. Alright.
And I want to type it to Vic.
Okay, yeah, send it in the channel that we have. The character channel that you have.
Alright. Yeah, because Ego is going to whisper.
Alright, so Molliver, Elkhorn, and Strongheart are gonna go stand in the corner over here.
Yeah, I'll go over with. Yeah.
Oh, let me make Thinnings. Oh, and he would also introduce himself. I am Thinnings. And what should I call the rest of you?
Ego.
Clover.
Clover.
You can call me Saoirse.
Saoirse. I think the least that you owe me is a name to call you, Lion Man. You manhandled me so viciously.
I'm thinking about it.
Does the
I'm
secret have
thinking
to be
about-
like words, or can it just be something someone doesn't know about yet?
Well, a secret is something that someone doesn't know about yet.
But it's not like a words thing. I could show you something that no one's seen yet.
Oh.
Also, technically, us giving you our names is a secret because you didn't know about it yet.
But do you all know each other's names?
Yep.
Oh, it has to be
Not
secret
really
from
a secret.
everyone else too.
Oh.
It kind of helps. If it's information that all of you have, but I don't have, it's not really a secret.
Right.
Hmm.
A secret would imply that it's something that you've kept from others.
I don't really have a lot of secrets.
Yeah, I don't
I don't
think
see
I
the
do
point.
either.
Ink is typing.
It takes a lot of explaining.
Okay.
I don't know if I can trust you with my name, so you can call me Son of the Red Mane.
Redmane son. All right. That's fine with me. So yeah, they'll stand over here in this corner, and like Thinnings will like lean his like exaggeratedly long body down to like little like 4 foot barely Ego, and get a little secret. Oh,
Ego gives like a full rundown.
Oh.
oh, oh my God!
Every time he like pulls away and gasps, and like tries to look at the party. Ego pulls him back in, continues to whisper.
Yeah, that's Victoria's reaction, but also, yeah, he's probably like, oh. Huh.
Well, now I want to know.
Yeah, right. You gotta say it for the audience, obviously.
I don't think I will.
No, I don't think you have to. I don't think you have to say it for the
Okay.
audience. I could deafen everyone else and say it no, because then they'll look at the stream and listen to it.
But when Ego finishes,
Yeah.
Ego looks over their shoulder at the party and then back at Phineas and says, "Is that to your satisfaction?"
Oh, incredibly so. And he
Alright.
will give you like a gentle little pat on the cheek. Wonderful.
Fine. Okay, so that's one. Someone else give one now. And I like hurriedly like I huff and I like walk back to the party and I stare at the wall.
Oh, buddy.
So we have Saoirse, Clover, Son of the Red Mane, Ego, and then like the Valor's Call will introduce themselves. And so he's like, Oliver, Elkhorn, Strongheart. You? Points to Don. Did you?
No, I never introduced myself.
What should
I'm
I call
Don.
you? Oh,
Full name
Don,
Adonis, but most people just call me Don.
it's lovely to meet you, Don.
Oh, I didn't actually know that. Saoirse's like, what? Adonis? What?
Yeah. He squints and he says, "Why did you say it like that?"
You know, I think you should all of you know that your friend Ego has shared with me a secret of most delicious quality. And you should be very proud of them for it. Are you proud of them for that, Don?
I guess.
A great sacrifice, and it's a secret that I shall guard close to my heart, as I hope you all will guard Ego closely to your hearts.
You better.
I'm working on it.
Work harder!
Work harder.
You don't know
Wait.
anything about me. You don't know how hard I've been trying. Very
Try
judgmental.
harder.
Whatever. I don't have any secrets. I'm very upfront and straightforward with people. So it has to be one of these guys. I'll
You
say
don't
it.
have any, secret paramours that you wish to tell me about? Love affairs? Feelings that make your heart throb, that you feel are unrequited?
I didn't do romance when He got in the way of my paperwork.
Oh,
Ugh.
no.
I'm sort of
Also, it's
person who
really
I
hard to
love, so,
study
yeah.
for midterms when you
Oh.
also have to balance a relationship, and wasn't. I don't have a job anymore though, so
Now
Oh,
you
that's
can.
wonderful.
well, not
Now
really.
you have all
I need
the time in the world.
I need money.
Why do you need money?
Who needs money when you could have love?
Clover,
Yeah,
I have
that's very good advice.
Clover. I have over 10 siblings.
Oh, I see. So, no, I was just curious why that equated why you can't have a romance.
Sounds like I am one of 37 and the only breadwinner.
Well,
But yeah, when Dawn's like, I have a family, remember, I'm the only one taking care of them. Clover's like, oh, yeah, you're right.
well, I mean,
I feel
know,
you. Yeah.
Saoirse's searching for true love, so maybe your true love would be someone that helps you take care of your family and make sure that they're safe.
That would definitely be a bonus.
Makes sense.
It's a good quality for someone to
You
have.
don't have Saoirse, if you're looking for your true love, you don't have any sort of person that makes your heart flutter? You
No,
haven't met them yet?
no. That's
Ah.
kind of the whole point of my existence right now is finding that person so that I
Ah.
won't fall asleep for eternity.
Oh, yes, you wouldn't want that. Very unpleasant.
It seems very unpleasant.
I like lean
Although
over to
you've
like
got-
Aurum, and I'm like, I think she's already met her person and she just doesn't know it.
What? Who is it?
I think she's met
Wait,
her
if you
person,
guys,
but
if
she
you're
doesn't
sharing
like
secrets,
it.
you should be sharing secrets with him.
No, I want to know this. Hold on.
Hold
But we
on.
need the secrets in order to get the things that we need.
Well, I'm taking Clover over to this corner, and we're gonna talk about this secret.
Wait!
Wait,
What
can I
if you?
listen? May I listen?
What if that counts? Will it count? No.
Well, it
You
counts
can only
if you
listen when
listen.
it counts as a second secret.
Yeah, we will let it count as long as Ego, Dawn, and Saoirse don't listen, and
That's
it's
fine.
just Clover, myself, and Son of the Red Mane.
That's fine.
I'll allow it.
Okay.
Come over here.
If secrets are going to be shared, they should be useful.
So you guys can go over to the secret corner.
It's up there.
He, like,
Yeah, it's over here.
Don looks across the corner at them and like crosses his arms and shakes his head, and he's like, "This is so juvenile." Makes me think of when I was
In high school?
in school. Yeah.
You guys like get
Pretty
you
normal.
guys get over there, and like before you even start sharing secrets, then it's just like, all right. So first of all, we need to huddle together, sort of like
Okay,
this, and you're going to
Okay.
whisper the secret in my ear. But before you do that, make it look like you're talking, and then we all look over at them and like gasp or like point and laugh.
Okay.
Look like you're surprised. Oh my! And then he'll like turn and point at the party.
Finnings, don't play with me.
Uh-oh.
Oh goodness, no, I would never. Your secret is in good hands, and it is safe and secure. But the things that Clover is saying right now, my
She hasn't said a
goodness,
Oh, me?
I am fed.
No,
I'm
it's not
well
about you.
fed.
It's not about you, Ego, I promise.
Now, dear,
Okay.
come close.
Is
I
it-
want to hear it
okay.
before the Son of the Red Mane does. You can tell him after, but I want that little moment of being the only one that knows this secret.
I have really
Okay.
good ears, and I'm standing right here, so I'll
Put your
probably.
fingers in them.
Whoa!
Put your fingers in them before I stuff cotton in them myself.
Oh.
Oh.
Really does not play about secrets.
Okay.
Come, darling. And then
Okay,
like put
so-
his ear up.
She needs to find her true love so she doesn't fall asleep, right?
Right, yes.
Well, we've heard rumors about the Frost Prince from the Winter Court for a while now, and like immediately, I'm a romance reader. Enemies to lovers. It's an automatic hit. But then
But they're
she,
enemies.
she's never met him. That's the thing. She doesn't know. She's just assuming he's an enemy. They've never met. But in the same vein, when she's in her winter form, she summons this winter guy. He's really attractive. Like, even I'm like,
Well,
I
you
don't
do know
usually-
he is the prince because Saoirse
And-
had a.
but I don't know if he's the same prince, but I know he is a prince and he's in winter. So, like, she's like, I don't know if it's like his brother or the same guy, but he's allegedly a prince. And they have banter. When they go off, like, I think she's in denial, but I think he's like kind of into her. The way he looks at her, his eyes.
I gossiping.
I can faint from the drama of it all. Oh.
So, but I don't think she likes him yet, or she does, but she doesn't want to admit it. But I think a lot of it has to do with like, the political and like the family drama of like what his mom, if it is the same guy, did to her. Because she's the one that cursed her. So I don't know, it just seems kind of tragic, but also I want them to overcome it.
I do. I know. I've heard a bit about, and he's like whispering this back to you. I have heard a bit about some of the goings on in the summer court. We like to keep isolated here, away from that sort of drama, because let me tell you, those two queens, between Titania and the Queen of Air and Darkness, they are constantly stopping by here, looking for aid, looking for alliances. I bet that will have nothing to do with it. But I have heard that the Prince of Frost is related to
That's the one.
Titania.
That's the one. Yeah. Prince of
In fact,
Frost.
he wasn't always the Prince of Frost at all.
Wait, really?
He was once the Sun Prince.
Actually, that would make sense if he is her son.
Oh, sorry, Sun with a U.
Oh, I was like, well, yeah, he
Not
would be the
Prince of
Sun Prince.
Suns, but the Prince of Sun.
Oh,
Hey, I got bored and stopped putting my finger in one of my ears.
okay. So Ego,
So I
Or-
heard most of that.
Okay.
No, hold
Aurum?
on. You have to roll a perception check versus Thinning's stealth to be able to see if
Like-
you hear that. No, but he's like, I'm not whispering because the mic isn't going to pick it up well, but he's like,
I'll do it.
The two of them are whispering in each other's ears.
Should I roll real dice or D&D Beyond dice?
That's up to you, bud. What do you
Whatever
trust?
you want.
We do have player rerolls.
But D&D Beyond's gonna screw me.
D&D Beyond, do it.
Oh my god, the lights just flickered as I rolled the die.
Wow.
That was
Oh my
scary. Yeah, D&D Beyond screwed me, so.
It did?
Yeah.
We do have inspirations and rerolls.
Yeah, you do have if you wanna listen.
Matthew and Derek both gave some tonight.
I used one of the inspirations, but I just am stuck in a never-ending ad loop, so.
So you're gonna use a reroll?
No, an
No.
inspiration.
Oh, which one?
You have 6s, 8s, 10s, 12s, and you can also do and add your proficiency bonus as well. There's 4 6s, 4 d8s, 5 d10s, 2 d12s.
I'll
7
use a
player
D10.
rerolls.
Why
Okay,
not?
okay.
Sure. Adjust it.
I can't even see your rolls.
Yeah, it didn't go through onto the
You
roll
can't?
20. No, it didn't go to the roll 20 for some reason.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, so
if you're sending them to roll 20, I can't see them.
So my D20 was a 4,
Okay.
plus 6 for perception, it's a 10.
Okay.
Plus 4 for the 1d10, so it's a 14.
Okay, so he rolled a 14 as well. So I
Meets
think
beats
that's a
it?
meets it beats it for you
Yeah.
trying to hear him. So you you don't hear it word for word, but you do hear him say like the Summer Court, the Prince of Frost, Sun Prince. Like you hear like some tidbits of it. So you kind of are able to like pick up on what's being communicated.
I just wanted to clock the chord stuff, so
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair.
that's cool.
And I will repeat all this for Aurum's sake, I'm probably not going to. But like just imagine like she will give you like the abridged rundown of this and when she like
she stops and then goes
and tells him basically the exact same thing. She'll tell him about all of her like witnessed interactions with this sexy ice prince that she usually summons depending on her like form. And like I'm like watching their details, like their like facial expressions when they're interacting. And so when she says, I am still looking, I'm like, Clover's like, I think she's already found him, maybe. Like, love doesn't happen in an instant. She's looking for, like, first love on sight. I think this is something she needs to build.
I'm here for it. I like it.
I could be wrong, but I would like it to happen.
And like the whole time that like Clover and Aurum are then whispering to each other, Thinnings is like posing, like just like making faces at the rest of you, like to kind of show off that he knows.
Saoirse's not
things.
even watching. She's like has no interest in any of it. She's like, all right, whatever, they're doing the thing. We successfully accomplished.
It's part of a
what
deal,
we were here
yeah.
to accomplish. So she's like playing with her. She's got her little tree, and she's just like doing some magics, growing a tree.
I have a question based off of everything that we talked about here.
Are we still keeping secrets? Or
Yes, please.
Are you not involving him at all?
No,
I'm involving him, yeah.
Okay. Thinnings will lead in.
So, Zybylda's not a part of the courts?
No. Goodness, no.
She's not related to Titania, is she?
No.
Okay.
Oh, goodness, no. Oh, I think she would die from the shame of it if she were. It's
How
all a
does
bit too. Ugh.
How does she get away with not being of the courts but having such a following?
Well, there's a little bit more of a secret involved there that I could share with you, but I would need another secret for that.
Dang
one.
it! I don't have any secrets!
Well, then you should start being more interesting.
I have one secret, but I was told not to talk about it, so...
Well, then you should talk about it with me. Did you make a bargain that you wouldn't talk about it?
No, all my friends got mad at me because I talked about it.
Oh, that one. It's not so much a secret, it's just like a manifestation issue, I think they were saying. We didn't want to bring it into existence. Yeah,
Well, if the others
Potential.
know about it, it's not really a secret.
that's true. That is true. We all know
It
about
kinda
it.
is, because nobody else knows about it. Just them.
Mm.
Not even Sam knows about it. Sam knows a lot.
I don't know who Sam is. Is Sam another person that's here with you?
Clover.
Yeah.
It's somebody who doesn't know who Sam is.
I know.
This doesn't happen.
I know.
Impossible.
This doesn't happen.
I know.
Well, if you would like, we can do a little bit of information swapping now.
Okay.
So, first you had asked if there was a way to placate the Jabberwocky, and I am sorry to say that unless you are Zybilna, it is not possible. Many years ago, and he's saying this to the group of you.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would gesture for everybody to come over.
Many years ago, Zybilna was able to befriend this Jabberwock and trained it to drink from her cauldron. So it still, frequents the palace, loiters around the cauldron, but it's made it nigh impossible for that horrible wizard and his strange companions to be able to guard that cauldron effectively, which is what hags told them to do. There's also only one creature in this entire palace that stands a chance in a fight against the Jabberwock, and in fact might enjoy doing so, and that is Zybilna's pet great owl, Bloody Beak, in the aviary.
Oh.
So you wouldn't be able to befriend the Jabberwock, but if you wanted to distract it, send Bloody Beak after it.
But Bloody Beak won't kill it, though. It'll just distract it.
Well, I can't promise that.
But there's like a special weapon, it won't stay dead anyway.
That's true.
Right. Bloody Beak will likely eat the Jabberwock whole. The Jabberwock is rather small compared to Bloody Beak.
Oh.
Oh. We're all like, oh shit.
Have you ever been somewhere that, might have lizards and sometimes the lizard walks out and then a hawk just snatches it up and eats it?
I think I
Yeah.
saw that happen to a pixie.
I
Like
watched
that.
it happen on one of my birthdays.
Oh my god.
Like that.
Okay.
But the owl
Where-
won't eat us, right?
I did not say that.
Mm.
Is the owl frozen too, or is it still awake?
We could unfreeze Zybilna while they're fighting, and then maybe she'll just be like, "Call it off, guys! Call it off!" and tell them to.
Bloody Beak is also friends with Zybilna and only Zybilna. Bloody Beak
okay.
is currently frozen in time, but Bloody Beak is a giant owl. It doesn't have a secret true name. So if you have some way of freeing this creature, which I've heard there's a way to do that with a
Yeah.
unicorn horn and a true name.
Yes.
That's what the hags and the hags and that dark wizard were talking about.
And yes, it's friends with Zybilna and only Zybilna, but someone that, say, could talk to animals could let it know, hey, that Jabberwock is back?
Possibly, if you are able to speak with animals and able to handle beasts well, you might have a chance of avoiding
animals.
Bloody Beak's very sharp talons.
Well,
I'm extraordinarily good with animals.
But Bloody Beak is
Most
quite,
of my friends.
Well, Bloody Beak is quite volatile. I would recommend
Oh.
don't make any sudden movements around him. Don't make
he's an
yourself look
owl.
like food.
Yeah.
And you would need to constantly reassure him that you are not food. So-
Shit,
Oh,
Juniper
Aurum's
all
done
over
that.
again.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Aurum, you've done this before.
Not that
he's an
big.
owl.
Not that big of a bird.
Not prey. Not prey.
As
Not
long
pray,
as you
not
can
pray, not pray.
move
Over and over.
slowly throughout the space, you could go and try to open some rather large windows in the aviary that Bloody Beak could fly out of. And if Bloody Beak saw the Jabberwock flying around the castle, well, the fight would ensue. Not that I'm suggesting that you should pit Zybilna's two most treasured pets against each other, but strange things happen when the Archfey of the realm is frozen in time, and others are left to their own devices.
Oh, we need to get the Jabberwock off of the cauldron to free her anyway, so whatever fallout happens from that, it will be dealt with.
And
What if I just woke up the Jabberwock and ran?
Don't really know. The Jabberwock has this ability, it makes this horrible burbling, whispering to itself, and it can sometimes make those who hear it behave in ways that they normally wouldn't.
Oh boy.
It also can emit a fiery gaze that, will immolate those caught in it. And if it wounds you, it knows where you are no matter where you go. And will hunt you until it can find you and kill you no matter what. It also is very robust and heals from its wounds very quickly. I'm so glad that Zybilna is a hands-on pet owner and that I don't have to feed the Jabberwock myself.
It's like the Jub Jub bird, but 10 times worse.
Yeah.
Now, Ringelrun.
Yeah.
I believe. Where did you said the Jabberwock's by the cauldron right now? It's
Yeah, he's
usually where it
sleeping on the
sleeps?
cauldron right
Yeah.
now.
Good news and bad news in one. Ringelrun is very close to there.
Okay.
Ringelrun's at the round table, which I think you'll find is in the northernmost room of the castle. Specifically, it's just to the north of the ballroom, which is where the cauldron is kept.
Right.
So probably
Okay.
like up here?
Yeah, it's gonna be in there.
See if we could like
Oh, so
come
we
all the way
gotta
around and
sneak
see if
past
we
it
can.
again?
Yeah, if we can come over this way, maybe.
We have to sneak past it and hope that freeing him, he doesn't immediately make
Please
noise
scream,
that
yeah.
wakes it up.
Yeah.
Are you sure you don't want to share one more secret for another very juicy secret?
What secrets do you have to share?
Something particularly useful.
In regards to what? Useful how?
Well, I think it might help freeing Zybilna.
I don't know if I have
After all, you
anything
need
else.
her true name, do you not? In order to free her?
Yes.
I was thinking about that. We didn't know Zybilna was actually her name or not.
I know what she was called before she was called Zybilna.
How did you learn that? Why do you know that?
Look,
Actually,
I am a keeper of secrets, and Zybilna, I'm one of her most trusted allies.
But is that her real name, or is that just the name before this name? Because the name before this name could have still not been the real name.
As
The
far as
more
I
names we
know,
have, the better.
as far as I
Yeah.
know, it's her true name. I can't promise anything, but it's what I know.
I don't have another secret to give you.
I'm trying to think.
I'll have to hold on to this one forever.
Okay, well, hold on. I'm not the
I
only
was
person
gonna say,
here.
this is a pretty important secret, so I think we should figure out if we can get it.
I don't know. I was the type of person who would tell my parents as soon as I did something wrong.
Oh,
Oh,
me
you
too,
need to learn how
kinda.
to lie.
Honestly, me too.
I know how to lie. They just told me lying was wrong. So I didn't lie.
Oh, I have one that's really mundane. I don't know if it's.
Why don't you tell it to me? And if I feel like it's worth the trade, I'll let you know. And if it's not, we'll find another mundane one. Make it
Okay, I
two
will
for
say
one.
that no one knows this because I promised my dad I wouldn't tell anyone, especially my mom.
All right, come, dear. Everyone, get away.
Okay.
Here we go
Go
again.
back into the corner.
I mean,
Go back.
she won't. She doesn't mind.
No, she doesn't. She can share with the group. She doesn't mind this one. It's very mundane because it was something that my grandfather did for me when I was younger. He was like drinking like a liqueur, and it looked really good. It was like a reddish color. So he gave me like a little shot glass when I was like elementary school age, and like back when her dad was still alive. That's like roughly around where he passed away. So I think it was shortly before he passed away. They had a little, like in the middle of the night, she woke up from a nightmare, couldn't go back to sleep, and Dad was up in the living room drinking. So he gave her a tiny shot glass and let her drink alcohol for the first time.
Well, you know what they say
Way
about
too
fairies,
young.
They do start on that quite young, so it's not surprising, but...
We weren't fairies.
Oh.
Halflings.
Well, it is mundane, but it's charming. I'll give you that. All right.
Sorry,
suppose
Mom.
I'll share.
She looks up. She's like, I'm so sorry.
Your mother doesn't know.
Oh, she never knew. No, Dad made me promise.
Don't tell her.
She's not alive anymore, but she could be listening.
I'm terribly sorry.
Yeah.
Well, Zybilna is not Zybilna's true name. The name that she was called before she was Zybilna, before there was ever a Prismia, was Igwilv, the Witch Queen.
Igwilv.
And he sees like I feel like the jaw drop definitely happens to Ego. If there's any
Witch
kind of reaction
Queen.
like that, Phoenix is like, so proud of himself.
You're very funny. Did anyone ever
very
tell you
good
that?
I'm very good at finding secrets too.
Zybilna is
Yeah.
Eowyn, aka Tasha, aka like the witch.
Well, I don't know who Tasha is, but yes. Zybilna was Igwilv.
Who?
This is a big deal.
Apparently.
Didn't she do a spell or something?
Igwilv did a lot of spells. Igwilv,
I
I don't know Igwilv,
so
but I know
rather-
I've heard of Tasha. I think.
How much do I know? Because of course, I kind of jumped the gun a little bit, but I just do figure it must have been a name that I heard. But
roll a history check.
thank you. Sorry, I got a little ahead of myself.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Don't you have a spell that has her name in it?
He has Tasha. They have Tasha's
I have
Cockpit Brew, I think.
Cockpit Brew, yes.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
And,
Have
I've
Tasha and
also-
Igwilv, like that is information that I think like you guys have connected dots on from information throughout the campaign, but that's not necessarily information that's like widely known by all people.
I don't think
Oh,
Clover
yeah.
knew that. I think she only heard of the spell that Ego uses. I don't think she knows the correlation between the two names.
The spells that Tasha created, there's like if you, since you guys kind of have figured out that connection, like yes, but so okay, so for Igwilv, because this is a pretty good roll, it's a 19. You've definitely, I think you have heard of Igwilv, and your mother, Ego, would have talked about Igwilv with like a tone of like partially like that she was impressed that this woman accomplished so much in her life, but partially with like an abnormal amount of disdain for somebody that doesn't actually know this person and is like is describing a figure of lore.
I thought it would be a case of like we don't like her on principle, but she's actually just too good at what she does to not be like she's
Yeah.
incredibly powerful.
So, Igwilv was a renowned demonologist.
Oh, wow.
She is an incredibly powerful, like, queen of witches, who has plundered the depths of the darkness and created like an incredible amount of like magic items and like learned forbidden lore. One of the main things is that she specifically wrote the Demonomicon of Igwilf, also known as the Fiendonomicon, which is this like collection of massive volumes that are like a comprehensive treatise on demonic like lore. It has a bunch of like very secret, very like important knowledge about a bunch of demon lords. It has instructions on how to summon them, how to bind them, a bunch of spells, a bunch of dark rituals. And like it's your mother would have described the Demonomicon of Igwilf as the kind of thing that like there are like scores of spellcasters and like witches and wizards who would like prostrate themselves before Igwilf, give away their fortunes, give away their families, give away their souls just to have a peek in the Demonomicon. So she was an incredibly like storied and accomplished spellcaster.
I suddenly want a boon from her more.
So I think. So okay, I'm trying to see. What else? What else would she have?
I mean, I'm fine with that being a 19. I mean, that is a lot of Igwilf.
Well, so I think one of the other she was considered like one of the most powerful beings in the multiverse, like, and with her sort of like dark, evil, demonic bend, she was considered like on par with some demon lords. And I think one of the things that your mom also would have told you, because like, I'm sorry, hags like gossip, was that like she would have been like, you know, Igwilf like got around, like she ran a train on the demon lords. Specifically, like she and one of the demon princes known as Grozit, were like, your mom would have been like, those two couldn't keep their hands off of each other, both violently and passionately. Sometimes they were fighting, sometimes they were doing the other thing. Like, and I think your mom would have been like, yeah, you know, when you see like in the spring when animals are in the forest, like coupling, like they were like that, or they were like this when there's like a bear tearing like a little deer to shreds. They had like a very complicated relationship. And like and your mother warned you that like demons were beings that you could like that were extremely predictable in the sense that they would always be unpredictable. And so on the one hand, Igwilf had an advantage because like for the most part, like demon princes are always going to choose like the path of chaos, or demons in general are always going to choose the path of chaos. They're always going to choose the path of evil. They're going to want destruction and death and suffering and as much of that as possible. But on the other hand, your mother would have been like, Grozit specifically is a problem. Like he's a real problem, because he like I think you're getting a little bit of Grozit lore in this too. Grozit was also like rumored to not even have started as a demon prince. Like there was rumors that he actually started as a devil, and the fact that he was able to then convert to the complete opposite end of evil, from evil to evil, is like presented a problem, and that Igwilf was probably going to get in trouble eventually for her dealings, because she thought she knew everything about demons, but like when you're dealing with one like Grozit, like you're gonna end up getting screwed over, because that's what he does, he screws. So like your mother would have been like, the lesson from this is, number one, don't get yourself too entangled with demons like that. And number two, you don't have to hoe around to get power. And number three, like Igwilf was super duper powerful, but people who have that much power sometimes get too full of themselves and then it bites them in the butt. But that's, I think, what you would know about Igwilf.
I mean, I don't want to, like, ego will obviously probably, like, info dump in their own way. Probably just sort of not maybe going into as much detail, but basically being like, oh, I've heard from them, a very powerful witch. Even my mother had to respect her at some point. She knew a lot about demons. She wrote this tome called the Demonomicon. She was also well known for fraternizing with them, but Ego like dances over that part. Fraternizes with them a lot, especially the one that they sometimes called the Lord of Lust. Why is she here why would a woman of such power and admittedly, in my definition, dark power, surround herself with a bunch of pretty flowers in the Feywild?
Flowers are pretty great.
I often wondered the same thing. What could cause somebody to go from that to this? Aside from the fact that flowers are wonderful, and I mean, given the choice, I would choose Fey existence over
Exactly.
demonhood any day.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just so much
Why
blood and killing, and you don't get to smell the flowers, and you don't get to take a nap on a mushroom.
Exactly. You get it.
If you do, it's a murder mushroom that tries to eat you or something. But
I mean, we have those too.
Does that mean the Demonomicon is here in this castle?
hold on.
Does she have her manuscript here? Her original?
Let me look.
I don't think so.
Let me.
Where?
Hold on.
Where does Baba Yaga fall in this list of?
Baba Yaga.
Isn't that her mom? Or adopted mom?
Iguwiv is a powerful witch.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Iguov is Zybelna, and we know that Zybelna was adopted by Baba Yaga.
And yes, if the story is true, she is an adopted daughter of the queen, the mother of mothers. No blood relation, but now I
Well,
can
thank you for that secret. That's new information to me.
Dang it!
Yeah, you were the master of secrets. I figured if you knew her true name, you would know that. My bad, guys.
It's okay.
It's
That just means he owes us one.
I'm not sure that the Demonomicon is here, but there is a lot of information here. There's. I'll pay it back because I believe in reciprocity. There may or may not be a secret library somewhere in this palace that has some information about, well, a lot of things, including perhaps a demon lord or two.
Ego is thinking because if she's an adopted daughter, then that might also mean she has a black book, but also the Demonomicon might technically be her
Be a black book, yeah.
Okay. All right. I think we know enough to proceed. Unfreeze Bloody Beak. Get Bloody Beak to distract that very, very terrifying Jabberwock. We freeze Ibelna. And then that means that we're getting a boon from one of the most powerful witches in the multiverse.
I like you, thinning
I
sense.
didn't know there was a
There you go.
multiverse.
We don't know what that means.
I got to see it.
You got
The Demonomicon.
Oh, the multiverse.
Like all of it?
It's a
Oh.
big silver ocean.
It's been described as a bunch of different things. The point is, he's one of the most powerful spellcasters in the world.
Then she can help Clover.
She can help anybody.
She would certainly help the lot of you for freeing her. I would just like to point out, Ego, as you seem to be one who has a thirst for knowledge, that she is one of the most powerful spellcasters in the realm, and once she is freed, the whole of this palace shall be under her control once more. You understand? She is my employer and a dear friend, but well, when the pursuit of secrets is at hand, don't tell her, but I support that venture wholeheartedly.
So we don't unfreeze
Get all
her
your
and
get all your snooping done before
she weighs. Yeah. Yes,
Just don't tell me, and don't tell Zybilna that I said that.
Aurum.
Do you have the power to make us guests and not visitors?
What do you mean?
Oh, with the doors.
Oh, can you invite us into the palace officially,
Or
rather than us having just walked in?
As visitors, we were told by Wrath that the castle would consider us only visitors, not guests, and so there are certain protections that aren't extended to us.
well, you could make yourself. Well, it's not so much visitors versus guests. It's just whether or not you have been named as somebody who is permitted to be here. Zybilna has let's see, and he give me a second. He's thinking while I look at the map.
Oh,
is there like we have to sign in? Yeah, we have to sign in.
That's
She
what
might-
Need to sign in.
Yeah.
Hold on, sorry. Where is this? Sorry, I'm checking where this is on the map.
Sorry, that's been stuck in my head this whole
No,
time.
that's a good question.
We're gonna get killed.
Yeah, that's a good question.
In the central tower, if you go up to the 3rd floor, that is where Zybilna keeps her logbook. It's very powerful, very magical. Please leave it where it is. But if your name is penned inside of her ritual book there, you'll be able to open any locked doors in the palace without needing to use... It's that horrid little crown.
Yeah.
Have you given... Who has it right now? Wrath or Envy?
Wrath.
Wrath is easier to deal with. Although, you might like Envy, he points to Aurum. Envy
Why?
looks a bit like you, but on 4 legs.
The lion.
Oh, lions are cool. I like lions.
I don't think this lion is very cool, but if you like lions, you might like Envy.
All right.
Little
Well, we might
sad
not
boy.
meet Envy.
No one really needs or wants to be around either of them. I mean, you need them to get through, but nobody wants to deal with them. They're very needy. It's, oh, Neil, oh, give me this crown. Oh, you want to take the crown back? Well, fill my basket with berries or bring me golden apples. Each time you want to take it from my brow. I do not part with my crown so willingly. Look at me, I'm a noble beast created by Zybilna. Well, I'm friends with Zybilna, thank you very much.
Valid.
So, yes, we go to the 3rd floor in the central tower. He kind of
Okay.
gestures in the direction of the Court of Storms.
Is that like easy to get up there, or is it gonna
Yeah,
take us
we-
some time to get up there?
We got
are
up.
you able to walk upstairs?
Yeah.
We went up to the 2nd floor already. Like we went up the stairs, but we came back down.
Okay.
Yeah, we can get
Okay,
up.
got it.
You should be fine. Yes, you just
Should we
you
check
open
the other?
book, take the quill.
Should we do that before or after we check the 1st floor? Probably before. For safety means.
If a creature's name is crossed out from the book, their ability to open the locks is rescinded. Do with that information what you will.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
I think that we
I
should
think
try
that's
and get to
first.
the
Yep.
logbook.
Yeah, that sounds like a priority. Let's do that.
Okay. I can give you some directions as to where things are. So for the logbook, if you go through this door, he points to this door that's over here.
Mm-hmm.
What number? I can't even see what freaking number this is. Jesus.
We probably
You can go here through the kitchens. From the kitchens, take the door on the left. There's this not sure if you know what a Fomorian is, but there's a Fomorian that has climbed up the castle walls and is eating through our food stores in the dining room. So tread carefully there. She's not unreasonable as long as you give her food, but take the door on the left, follow that hallway down, and you'll get to... Well, actually, there's a staircase on the left of there that you could take up to the tower. But if you want to get to the rest of the castle, and if you wanted to get to where that frozen wizard is, you would need to go through the dining room so you could get through to the back hallway, which then also leads to the aviary and also leads to the stateroom that leads to the room where Ringelrun is.
Okay.
Right.
So we go up
Got
the
it.
stairs first, and then we can come back down.
Probably.
Okay.
And then we could throw the crown away.
Well, the crown's still on the heart. On Wrath.
Wrath still has the crown right now, yeah.
Yeah, he's wearing it. And it sounds like
I
we
can
need to
take
give
you
him
to the-
something.
I could take you to the stairs.
Okay.
Thank you.
That far is safe enough, at least.
Yeah.
Oh, this has been wonderful. Great fun. Much better than that League of Malevolence.
Are they in the castle, like, actively, or are they going...
Three of them
coming-
are. The ones called Kellic, Warduke, and Zargash are somewhere around the castle. I've been hiding from them, so I know that they're here. I just am not entirely sure where.
Okay.
Did we learn why Thinnings didn't get frozen in the beginning? Did we ever
You
ask?
did not ask, no.
And Thinnings,
Yes,
how did you avoid getting frozen?
it's a good question. Let me double check. I think this is one of those things that they don't specify, but I'm gonna
Oh.
give you a reason.
If
No, they do. Oh, I was running errands for my mistress.
Oh.
Myself and some of the silverware were running an errand, picking up supplies. And when we came back, everything was ruined. And I'm sorry, but myself and a few forks and spoons and soup carafes are not really in a position to...
No, don't be sorry, of
Yeah.
course. It makes sense that you've been lying low.
Oh,
we'll
thank you.
handle it.
You've helped us a lot already.
I'm getting that boon.
I would have too if I were in your position. Quite a boon to have. Do you all want chicken Alfredo?
He just summons.
I would love
Actually-
some chicken Alfredo right now, actually, yeah.
Actually, yeah, that
going
sounds
into-
lovely.
We're going into the kitchens next, so we can all... I mean, there's no reason that you can't have some little treats. Follow me, and he will take you into the...
I bet it smells so good in the kitchen if he's making Parmesan Alfredo. Mm.
All of the
Alfredo?
food particles are frozen in time.
Oh my god, I bet it tastes so good.
Okay, so...
Oh, the pixie.
As you enter this room, an 8-foot-tall, 3-foot diameter, multi-tiered cake rests on a large round table in this kitchen, which also contains a stove and an assortment of mismatched cupboards and work tables. 8 pixies are suspended in midair around the cake, each wearing a chef's hat and a flour-stained apron. 6 of the pixies squeeze cloth tubes that have icing coming out of them. The other 2 hold armfuls of tiny crimson candles. Thick creepers, like vines with broad leaves, encroach on the kitchen through a partially open door in the middle of a concave wall. So that is right here, if you can see my ping.
Mm-hmm. No, we can't see your ping.
Oh,
Right.
the GM layer.
Yeah.
Rip. It's
There you
right
go.
there.
Yep.
The roots stretch across the floor and coil around the large table, but not around a smaller rectangular wheeled table that has 3 trussed up giant rats on it, which are also frozen in time. It's really unfortunate for Bloodybeak because his dinner is, well, I can't really move them. Gesturing to these, like, huge rats.
So I mean, if that's how we win it over, I can conjure some rats.
Oh, Bloodybeak loves rats, horses, the occasional moose, really anything that is meat.
Silk's already gets mad at me when I make it do anything slightly uncomfortable, so I don't think it'd be too big of a fan of getting eaten.
Yeah.
So you guys see like that big cake. There's also platters of like blue frosted cupcakes, candied apples on sticks, bowls of sugar glazed button mushrooms, and bottles of evening berry wine, which you remember was one of the options of food you could get way back at the carnival. It's like a non-alcoholic.
Can we interact
Wine.
with the food in the kitchen or no? Sorry, as you munch.
Thinnings will point out that like the cake, maybe not, because that was the pixies were working on that when they left, but like the cupcakes, the candied apples, the sugar glazed button mushrooms, the wine, those are all things, and like a couple other things that he and the other servants went to go get and brought back.
Oh, okay.
So those things you could.
Okay. But if there's like any like meat stores, we probably can't like take that with us.
Let me just the temple.
So I'm thinking if we can like pull some meat for the owl if we come across it, that'd be great. But if
okay,
not,
so unattended
I can
objects.
also like literally summon animals. So.
I know.
I stand corrected. Unattended objects, so objects that are not like a person
Being
carrying
held.
or carrying,
Yeah.
can be manipulated, moved, damaged, and destroyed. So, like, if an apple gets frozen in time, it stays just as juicy as it was before being frozen. And like, fire that is frozen in time would still deal damage, but you could also still snuff it out by putting water on it. So that's why you guys were able to manipulate that water that was like frozen, but then you manipulate it and it turns back to normal.
okay.
Okay.
So if you wanted to take any like little treats, you could. Fittings would tell you that Bloody Beak likes
Live creatures probably.
Yeah, Bloody Beak likes
Yeah,
a
okay.
challenge.
Okay.
Okay.
And to watch
do
the
that.
light leave the eyes of its prey.
Nice.
So then he will lead you past.
Yeah, let's try and get through these rooms.
Yeah, let's get upstairs. Scratch out the league's names. Do we go up these stairs or these stairs?
So it's gonna be these stairs over here, this first set. I'm just
Okay.
revealing the whole thing because he'll show you the hallway if you guys want. Alright, GM layer. Map.
Thank you, St. Andrew 69 for the D8 inspo.
Hey, thank you. Thank you, St. Andrew. So yeah. He will tell you that if you go up the stairs through the Court of Storms, that'll get you to the second floor of the tower. You just have to go up once more, and you should reach the Black Book.
Uppies.
Uppies!
Puppies.
Uppies.
Clover,
Yeah,
can we talk for a second?
sure.
I have a request.
Oh, are you okay?
If we no, yeah, everything's fine. If we go
Okay.
to the library, could you help me look for something?
Sure, what are you looking for?
I'm not really like I don't really do, but I can read obviously. Like,
Right.
I don't really do books, so I don't know.
You
that
don't
I'd be
love
very good
books.
at looking for something.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
No, I love books. I used to go to the library all the time.
Right. So if she's got like a really big library, it's going to be even harder to find things. But if we could find anything about the Winter Court.
Sure. I would assume she'd have it properly organized. Most people with a library would.
I want to know why they don't dance.
You want to know why the Winter
Anymore.
Court doesn't
Yeah, he said they
dance?
don't dance anymore. And they can't play music anymore.
I mean, he looked really good at dancing.
Exactly. It doesn't make any sense. So I'm sort of curious about why. That's all.
Well, I have an
I don't
idea.
like
Maybe
unanswered questions.
I feel like this. I can share this with you. Well, I'll tell you later when we're not so pressed for time. But I might have something that could help. Maybe.
Something that answers about the
Maybe.
Winter
If
Court
we can
being
find
able
more
to
information on the Winter Court, I think it might be correlated.
Okay.
Okay. I'll
I
help you look.
apologize. I'm gonna give a slight retcon.
Sure.
The center of this map on both layers does not cease to confuse, confound, and confuddle me.
Oh.
So, as a revision note, Thinnings would actually have told you that normally, Zybilna just like flies people over into her throne room, which is like the first floor, and if you want to get up the stairs, you would have to just like go up the stairs from there. But he would mention that he saw like a hole in the wall up on the second floor, and that there was somebody that had been frozen there, and then like looks at Strongheart and is like, I guess you're not frozen anymore. And so then would say to you that the best way to get there is to probably like go through that hole up there. So
This
that's
one?
my
Fly
deal.
into the hole.
Yeah, you have to fly
Okay.
into the hole.
Okay, so we'll need to use the rocking horse to get everybody up there, probably.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean we have multiple kinds of ways to fly. Just one at a
Yeah.
time go.
Yeah, so you guys can totally do that. And then the spiral stairs wrap around like the outside of the tower there, so you can go up. And then
Yeah, go up.
let me reveal over here.
I don't have a token on this page.
Oh my god, you weren't here last week. That's why. Hold on. I'm gonna shift ping everyone over to here.
Oh, wow.
Oh, and it's a heart door.
Oh, it's a hard door.
Yay!
Yay.
We can get in.
Use
Nice.
one of the weapons to prop this door open, too.
49. And the stairs keep going up. So you could go further up if you wanted to another floor. Let me grab an Aurum token really.
We could just sign our names in the book and keep going up.
We could.
Clear this whole tower.
Sign ourselves,
here.
cross them out.
Come here, Aurum.
Whoa!
Get
I
over
feel like I'm getting
here.
pulled somewhere. Help!
There you go. I might need to assign you. Nope, it says I think you can you move him?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so
I
I'm gonna
jump.
grab. No, I'm grabbing all of you. You're all getting grabbed. Except for Clover, because she was already over here.
I moved
So-
myself, sorry.
No, you're good. So. Okay. Good God. So many things. And let me... okay. Yeah, so this door is sealed with the heart crown lock, which you guys are able to open. And then if you have, I'm assuming you guys just brought a bunch of
We
random
brought-
rocks and shit with you.
Clover
you can just
definitely
prop
did.
it open. The walls, floor, and ceiling of this room are made of white marble tiles. And in the middle of the room, a quill with a feather sheathed in flame and a black-covered book rest on an iron lectern. And for magic eyes, the quill radiates auras of abjuration magic.
Okay.
The flame coming off of the feather is illusory and harmless. Sorry,
Okay.
the book and quill radiate auras of abjuration magic. The flame itself is like illusion magic.
Can I go over and look to see, like, if we can find the names of the league?
Yeah, so you approach, and this book is like embossed with images of a lion and a heart that are rearing up on their hind legs, facing each other. And as you flip open the book, there's a long list of names covering these pages. Many of them belong to like fairies, just judging by how like colorful like these names are. Like they'll be like
Like sparkle dust.
yeah, like Peony Pixie Butt, or like Glorbulus, the Merry,
They're
like
all
the,
My Little
the
Pony.
Tooth Fairy, like
Oh, the Tooth Fairy shit!
Thinnings,
Cross.
a bunch of other stuff. You find the Hags of the Hourglass Coven listed near the middle of the book. So yeah,
Scratch
you
them
would
out on
find
principle.
Yeah, on
You would
principle,
find-
we cross them out.
Cross them out.
some of the other names that might like stand out to you because they're kind of like grouped together are Thinnings. You see a name Sean, Shon. You see Kalimanzaros. And one that stands out particularly to you, Ego, I'm assuming everybody kind of goes and looks at this book, is Razel Uthamar, whose name you saw signed in the ledger book way back in Hither when you went to the Brigand's Tollway. That reminded you that is your sword singing mentor.
Is my dad's name in the book? I can't read. But
I will look. What's his name?
So one more quick, you look that up. I don't know if we ever decided that. I feel like you need to search Dad's name in our chat that we have together. You would see at the end of the book, as you continue to flip through, the handwriting changes for the last few names. And based on like some of the letters that you found in Motherhorn, you know that this is Endalyn Moongrave's handwriting. And these are the names of the League of Malevolence. So Kellic, Zarek, Zargash, Warduke, and Skilla.
Cross.
Which none of those are Charmaine, who is the person that you met when you were in the kind of like mean performer
girl
lady.
Yeah.
None of that is her name.
How far back in the book is my teacher? Like, is this implying they were here possibly when the League of Malevolence arrived? Like, are they just a few names back, or are they like way back?
They're like way back. Like with
Okay.
these names, Thinnings, Sean, Kalamanzaros, Razel, Uthamar, are very close to the beginning, which makes you think that they're probably like either really important people, staff, people.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
like,
Thinning's in there.
Yeah.
God, was my teacher just chilling with Eaglewood?
I pinged you a random name that's in our
Oh.
chat for no reason.
I think
Was that the random name we gave him? I think that's the random name we gave him.
let me just double check. Yeah, Aether.
Yeah.
That's not.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll look up Aether. I scratched out the leagues as I'm going through, and then I'll look up Aether.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he's here. It's right there.
Yeah, I think kind of near, like, not so close to the beginning as the staff, but pretty early on, would be the name Aether. And I think it's not written as just like Aether, it's written as like Aether, Sword of the Uncourt.
Oh. I will tell Aurum what it says.
Okay.
Yeah. I will write my name down under at the bottom, and I will hand the pen around to whoever wants to put their name in.
Yeah, I'll write my name in there. He goes, I'm assuming they want the full name, right?
Yeah. So I wrote
Yeah, so
Clover
he'll write his
Brightheart.
full name in there, Adonis Revelry.
Hell yeah.
Clover Brightheart.
I don't have my full name yet.
You don't have a full name yet?
No, I get it when I become an
I think that the name you currently have now would work because you haven't changed it or adjusted it. So I think the one that's
Right.
currently you works, right?
I'd hope so. Like I said, I don't have a full name.
Give it a try.
So.
I'll hand you the pen.
Sorry if I'm here like shoveling pasta in my mouth. I'm so
No, you're
hungry.
Ego.
Me too. What is it tonight? Like
Ego is like hesitating, not wanting to put down their full name.
Yeah. While Ego is hesitating, Molliver will be like, "It's all right if I get us in there."
Yeah, here you go.
The Valor's Call.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to write on behalf of
Yeah.
Ringelrun and Mercian, but so they'll go in and write all of Valor's Call.
Aurum, are you also hesitating?
Yes.
Both Aurum and Ego are both like,
Saoirse goes back, and while they're like debating, she'll draw little flowers on all of the eyes, like little daisies. So like the center dot is like the center of the daisy, and then just do the petals around it. So all of the eyes on all of her friends' names have little flowers.
put a little smiley face in Clover's O.
Yeah.
Graf, I'm about to send you something in the chat.
Making all the names look
Oh
pretty.
boy.
Okay. Give me the quill.
Here you go.
Ephraim Ego Adelbrand.
Oh yeah. I can help you write your name, Aurum. Since you can't read, right?
You would know how to write your full name, right?
I do.
I would figure that he would know how to write his full name.
I think, well, not
Oh,
prior
maybe it'd be
to-
just. Oh.
because if I recall correctly, Dawn was helping Aurum with the beginnings of like learning how to read like a little while back.
Yes, he was.
And I think the first thing that Dawn would have taught him, aside from like this is the common alphabet, is like this
to write
is
his
how
name.
you write your name.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
signatures, for
Yes.
like signing contracts and like going to the bank. Yeah, he would teach him how to write his name.
Yeah, I don't know how to write your name.
Aurum knows how, for sure. It's just whether Aurum wants to.
Yeah. Dawn
After
can help
seeing
you to
his
make sure that
dad's
it's
name.
correct, since it's
Right.
probably it's after that lesson. You weren't reading. Maybe you were practicing writing your name, but I feel like Aurum's been doing other things most of the time,
Yeah.
like eating archfey hair.
Yeah. Priorities.
What if I don't write my whole name right now? What if I just write like my name?
I don't know.
Like if I just write Aurum.
Yeah, and then you can find out if it works.
Yeah,
And
we
then,
don't
like-
we don't actually know unless we go talk to Thinings again and ask him what that means.
Yeah, because then I can update it later.
You could.
Because like
Yeah, if
my
you just-
dad has a cool title, so like what if I had a cool title?
Well, much
later?
like Saoirse, she doesn't have
Yeah.
her title established yet, so it's just her name currently. So if we could always update it if you change your title. Maybe it updates for you. I don't know. It's magical. It's got aperturation on it.
I hope not. I don't want my true name anywhere.
That'd be kind of cool. Well, like what if you wrote your fake name and then turned in your true name?
I don't think that's how that works.
Not usually. Although, you know, it is the Feywild. You can believe something hard enough that it becomes true.
I suppose that's fair.
So if you come up with a fake name and just like truly determine that is now your name, eventually,
Right.
it
It's
will
still
be.
technically a name that you go by.
What if I wrote like Aurum, son of the sword, or something?
Are you... It sounds like you're more worried about having like a cool title on your name than writing your name in general.
Well, I feel like
You could do
your
Aurum,
name has
son
more
of
impact than
son of Aether.
I could do that too.
That would be a true name.
I don't know how to spell any of that though, so
I
Could assist
yeah, we
you.
could show you. I'll like re-show you what what Aether looks like. You know how to write your name.
I know how to
And-
do the A's, and I know how to do the.
Do you know how to write
the
R.
up?
The A and
you-
R.
Maybe we just like I'll pull out one of my pieces of paper. I'm like, here, Don, can you write what he needs to write, and he can just copy it down.
Sure. Yeah.
Just do like the elementary school primer, like the
Yeah, like when
kindergarten
you
primer, where they
Don-
have like a piece of paper
Don
and
told
you
me-
write it six
Well,
times
that's
right underneath
That's
it.
Yeah.
exactly what he writes it down and then he looks at it and then you watch him like break it down like you would break it down to like a kindergarten.
kindergarten.
The letters.
Yeah,
Don told me
stencils.
So many little
Each letter,
Don-
you write it 6 times.
You don't
yeah.
hold the pencil like this.
No, you don't. That's
you
very
hold the
uncomfortable.
pencil
Like this.
This.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
Is he left-handed or
Um,
right-handed? Out of curiosity.
I imagine right this whole
Okay.
time.
Okay.
I was gonna say he might not know.
He might not. That's why I was like, does
He gets
he?
to choose
Well,
right
it's
now.
not-
He would
like,
know
the
from his,
handedness
like,
isn't necessarily just for writing, though, right?
Yeah, he would
like,
know
it would
from,
be
like,
his like
moving
based off
around,
his- Yeah.
or like
so-
you know.
What's your dominant hand when you fight?
or when you're. Well, I guess he probably eats with his hands.
He throws
rather than
those
silverware. Yeah.
pretty mean right hooks.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
does. Yeah.
Okay, so roll me just like a general. Let's just do a performance check to see how good you are at writing your name.
Oh heck yeah!
Natural
You're
one.
writing Aurum, son of Aether.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on.
5 plus 3 for an 8.
All right.
It's very like,
Kindergarten.
you know, like the kindergarten, like the lines are really shaky. He probably gets like the R in, no, he would get the H is backwards in Aether. Like, you know, he tries his best. The T is like really small, and then the H is like huge, but he gets it.
This works.
Perfect.
Perfect.
We'll work on it.
Okay. What would you like to do next?
They're crossed out. We're signed in.
Yep, I
Yes.
crossed them out before we even put our names down.
All right. Well, then I guess our job here is done.
Yeah.
Do we want to go to the library next? Because like, if once we release the owl, it's sort of
Right.
go time.
Yeah.
After
Yeah.
that.
So we leave the bottom floor last because we know what's down there and we know what we need to unfreeze.
Yes. And there's the secret library. I would like.
I think both you and Saoirse want us to find the library. I wouldn't mind finding the library. Might be able to get more
Good.
information.
And knowledge is power.
Usually.
Power is also power.
That's what your show thing. It was like, actually, power is power.
Power is power, but knowledge is usually power too.
All right. So I guess we go. We go up more,
Oh,
or
did
was
he
it
tell us
back?
where the
Or was
library
it back down?
He
I
did
don't
not tell
think-
you where the secret
did not.
library was.
No, we don't. But do you know who has a wand of secrets?
You.
This gender
Fluid.
Person.
This
This
person.
bitch.
This bitch.
I only have 2 charges of it, and it's within 30 feet. So if we feel like a secret library might be around, I can give my wand a little wave. But
You got it.
I
Basically, just pay close attention, and then
exactly.
Okay.
I think a library would most likely still be a secret library. I think would be up.
Oh, see, I feel like secret libraries are down, like, down. They're like in the basement.
Oh, well, the only
Is there a
thing that we've
basement here?
seen that's down is an endless storm.
It might not be the only thing.
See, I was thinking the
suppose that
middle
could be
because then
one
there
of them.
then it would have more like ability to go up or down.
Okay,
Maybe
well,
it's
are we
all three.
going? Are we going
go
up
up.
or are we going down?
We could go up. That's my thoughts. Is it would be down. The secret thing.
Well, it's a lot easier to clear one tower than it is to clear the whole floor.
So let's go up.
So if we go up, then all we can do is go back
Go
down.
down.
If we don't
Yeah,
find the right
okay.
thing.
You're
Okay.
right.
Yeah, let's top to bottom.
We go to P50.
D.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. There's a lot of rooms
Jesus.
in this castle.
Hey guys, I'm looking at the time, and I think that we're gonna be in this castle for a couple more sessions.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So, it's just to the right of you.
Whoa!
Well, I guess technically you guys wouldn't see this because you're at the door. You're not. Hold on. Get out of the middle. You're not
It's
in
a-
there.
Yeah, my husband's doing Strahd right now, and they just got to Strahd's castle, and he's like, "We've been in Strahd's castle for 2 sessions. I think we're getting close." I'm like, "No,
No,
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 you're
no,
not.
no, no, no.
you're gonna be there a while."
Who? An ornate iron door stands at the top of the staircase at the top of this tower. Its surface is covered with a complex array of cogs, latches, and tumblers. The round doorknob is engraved with the image of a nightingale. This door is giving off like a little bit of like It's not like magic, but it's not not magic.
Energy?
Energy,
Yeah.
energy, yeah.
Does it feel like it's potentially harmful? Like, am I getting like trap vibes? Am I getting like damagey vibes from the door?
No, not necessarily.
I love the questions you have.
It's kind of hard.
Clover doesn't know. She's new to
You're
being a
not getting,
sorcerer.
You're not getting like, necromancy or like you're not getting like evocation or something like that. It's like maybe faintly abjuration if it had a flavor, which like can be hurty, but can also just be like I'm not letting you do this. Like you're not
right. But I feel like because also the book and Quill were abjuration, maybe like that extends us some safeties when we open doors. That's Clover's thought. I don't know if that's true.
We're visitors now, and if it casts something, I can try and counter it. I'm right here.
Clover, give me a perception check as you're kind of like looking over this door.
Okay.
The energy is actually there's a hidden gun.
Is there a Glock nearby? I feel like my characters would know.
The energy is kinetic. It's going to shoot you.
Okay. 17. I feel like 17 is enough.
Yeah, the DC was 10. Okay. As you're looking over this door, like you get a little bit closer because like you're trying to check, like, is there something on like the doorknob specifically, or like the hinge, or like, this piece and that piece. And as you get closer to the doorknob, you would see there's an inscription around the base of it. And it says, "Speak my name."
Speak my name.
My name.
Is there...
You always gotta try that one. Like Nightingale?
Nightingale?
Nothing happens for Nightingale.
What about Clover?
Hold on, wait, one at a time.
Sorry.
Both of you say something at the same time, I hear neither of them.
Clover is saying her name.
I'm saying my name.
Clover? Nothing happens.
Okay.
What did
say Zyvilna's name since it's her tower?
Zyvilna?
Nothing happens.
Egwin.
I was gonna say, should we say her real name?
You say Igwilv, nothing happens.
Egwilv.
What about Tasha?
Tasha?
Nothing happens.
Okay.
Oh, right. So it's the door's name then.
Door.
Nothing happens.
when you're on the top of the intelligence stat and the bottom of the intelligence
and you come up with the same answer.
Door.
What's the door look like again?
So it's like this iron door, it's massive, and it's covered with this like very complex interlocking like mechanism that's just got tons of cogs and like latches and tumblers. And then there's like a round doorknob in the center of it that has this engraving of a nightingale, and then the base of the doorknob, where it like meets the door, has that engraving that says, "Speak my name."
I mean, yeah, I really thought it had to do with the bird.
Doorknob.
Nightingale.
Nothing happens.
My name?
Nothing happens.
I tried that.
Sorry.
Put a hand on the doorknob?
You guys repeat all those names that you've said to me with your hand on the doorknob, nothing happens.
It's happening, guys. It's the D&D thing.
It's the door!
D&D player's worst enemy.
Low key, guys, I got the chime of opening.
It feels
If this
wrong.
is Minecraft, you need a lever or a pressure plate to open it because it's an iron door.
Chicken jockey!
Chicken Jackie.
Well,
let's see. What
What's the demon word for nightingale?
Does anyone
Deaf.
speak?
I don't know.
Oh, I didn't think about
that's
language. No.
I mean, I know the Sylvan word, like the Fey word for nightingale. I can say that.
Could you say
but I
the
think
Fey word for nightingale and try?
Sure, I'll play nightingale.
Yeah, you can repeat all the names that you've been saying in common and Sylvan, nothing happens.
Is it Bloody Beak?
Nothing happens.
No, but you make
Oh,
salad,
so-
not
I
a
gave it a
nightmare.
try.
No, that's fair. That was a good guess. Damn.
I wonder if there's a nightingale in the aviary as well.
I was going to say, like, everyone that's come in here was in the guest book. Some of those early names that might have been staff.
No, we should try
Benning?
some of those.
Nope, nothing happens.
We might just not have come across the name yet.
Yeah.
Darkness.
I mean, do you
Oh
want me to try
wait,
and just
what's this palace
Nothing
named?
happened.
What is the name of this place
House of
called?
Heart's Desire.
the Palace of Heart's Desire? Yeah.
Nothing happens.
Or are you saying like you need to say your heart's desire? That seems like that seems like overthinking.
No, I was just thinking the actual name of the building
Oh.
is what Clover was thinking.
I'm fine with using the chime of opening.
You
Otherwise,
can try it.
we can just go find it elsewhere. It has to be somewhere in here. Or someone
Or-
has
or
to
we go
know it,
ask
I
Thinning.
suppose.
You go ask
Oh, we'd have to
Thinning.
give him a secret.
Yeah, we'd have to give him a secret.
Let me try the chime. It's what
Okay.
the chime of opening is for.
Okay.
We have 2 charges on it. Let's see. Pointing it at an object within 120 feet of you that can be opened, such as a door lid or lock.
Hmm.
The chime issues a clear tone. Oh, are there multiple? You said it's very complex. Are there multiple locks on it?
Roll an investigation check.
Yeah, because one chime opens one lock.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Anyone?
Yeah. So as you're looking at this, this door, you realize has 8 built-in locking mechanisms.
Ooh boy.
The 8 schools of magic? One for
Could
each
try.
lock?
You could try.
Like evocation?
Nothing happens.
No. Enchantment, necromancy.
Arcane
I
lock.
don't know. I feel like that seems
Conjure.
very specifically magical for this place.
Summer.
Nothing happens.
No, we don't know. We don't know. We got to double back.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't have enough chimes to open it. I could open 2 of the locks.
Dynamite.
Dynamite. Okay.
The barbarian's chime of opening. What if we
Chime-
just smash it until it
What if
opens?
we- yeah.
I could try.
No, maybe don't do that.
Yeah, do
I
it.
feel like
If
it'll
it was
hurt.
made
Will
of
break the
iron,
skull.
I don't know if it would work out that well.
I have rock hands. Rock knuckles.
Nightingale, Lady of Air and Darkness.
Do we know of anybody that we've come across that is associated with a nightingale specifically?
Nope.
Not that I can.
I was just like
Thinking, were any of the
Nightingale.
hags,
Right.
like-
no,
I was
that's
thinking
fair.
Nightingale for like
Yeah,
gale,
Aaron-
wind,
Air and darkness.
air,
Yeah.
and night. I'm
Yeah, I
taking
don't-
that. I'll use that for one of mine for one of mine later. Okay, let's go back downstairs.
Okay.
I mean, it
Yeah,
could
it's
be, but we don't actually know the Queen of Air and Darkness
Nobody
name
knows
either.
No one does.
Okay. Going back down to the second floor.
Yeah.
So, yep, you guys can get here. There is the staircase does continue down to the first floor. You can go back up out that opening.
Do we want to go check the rest of the rooms on the first floor, east wing?
We could. I was gonna go talk to Thinning and ask if he even knows the name to open the door.
Yeah.
No, we don't know that's the library either.
Or I
We
could just
don't.
ask him where the library is.
Yeah, I would say whatever we can do in the next 6 minutes or so.
Okay, yeah, I'll go ask Thinning if he even knows any of those answers before we start offering secrets. 1, does he know where the library is? Like, could he show us where the library is? And 2, does he know the name to open that door? Those are the 2 I'm asking. He doesn't have to give me the answer, but I'm just asking if he knows.
let me just... Let me just check something really quick. So he would tell you, yes, he knows where the secret library is, but knowing where it is isn't going to do you much good because, Zybilna, like, he would basically tell you, like, in order to even look at the books that are in there, you would need to, talk to, you need to talk to Zybilna's librarian, Sean.
Ooh. And Sean's probably frozen right now.
We could unfreeze him if that's his real name.
Sean went to run errands with...
Oh, so Sean's not frozen right now.
Sean's not frozen. No.
Yeah, no, he's not.
So we need to find Sean.
Does he know how to open that door?
Actually, I apologize. So Sean was not with Thinnings. My bad. Sean is in the library, like the regular library, which does not exist in the Feywild. So he was never affected by the time stop or the time freezing period. Thinnings would give you that one as a freebie.
Okay.
And then so the library, and then what you were asking, what's at the top of the tower?
Like, how does he know how to open that door to get to the top of the tower?
Thinnings would say no.
Oh, okay.
She did not tell anybody. Nobody knows except for Zybilna.
Oh, okay. Okay. But he knows. Does he know how to get to the library? But he said we couldn't even go there without Sean.
So
No, Sean's in the library.
And there's a secret library. There's a library and a secret library. There are two
Sean
libraries.
is in the regular library, and if we talk to him, then he can hopefully get us in the secret library.
Yeah. So, like, in order to get to the secret library, you have to go to Sean. You have to go to Sean in the library.
The library. Okay. And I guess we could just go to the second floor and do what we can, because we can't. She'll tell them that he doesn't know how to get through that door, and Zybilna made sure that only she knows how to get through that door.
But it's probably not the secret library then.
No. We'd have to go to the normal library first to talk to Sean.
Thinnings will tell you where the library is. That's not like anything secret.
That's not a secret, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, the regular library is in the western side of the first floor of the castle.
Okay.
It's guarded by 2 lion locks.
Got it.
Yeah.
Sweet, we're gonna have to go deal with the
gotta go
probably.
get the crown from Wrath.
Yeah.
No, because we're guests now, right? We can go through the lion door.
Maybe we could try.
Yeah, you could. Yeah.
We could try.
Oh, we can try. We can try and see if the door is open.
That's the whole reason we did that.
Yeah, no, the Thinnings would tell you, like, you don't need... You bypass the entire crown nonsense by putting your name in that book.
Okay, cool.
So
Cool.
you are now, like, considered a proper, like, visitor/guest.
So we all go back down to the first floor.
Yeah. Like, you're whitelisted, basically.
Okay.
You're on the VIP list.
Nice.
So... Yeah, I think Thinnings would also just give you, like, a little warning that Sean's a guy. You know, Sean's a little unpleasant. I think Thinnings would say, Sean is very loyal to Zybilna. So the information that you shared with me about wanting to free her and defeat the League of Malevolence, all of that, A+. He also would not want you disturbing the books. So I think he would need to see that you all are not going into the library with the intent to mess up his system.
Of course. course.
No, I
So
mean,
just
if
be
he can just
respectful.
show us what we're looking for, honestly, we don't even have to rifle through the books or anything at all.
I don't know if
Yeah.
he's gonna show us what we're looking for, though, considering what we're looking for in that library is kind of important to Zybona.
But he can show me what I'm looking for. I can distract
Well,
him.
keep in mind that in order to free people from this time effect,
You have to know their
as I
true
heard
name.
it told, as I heard it told by Kellic, they needed a unicorn horn and they needed true names, and so they. I think he could be persuaded. He's very loyal, as am I, to Zybilna. And I think if you can make an honest case and persuade him as to why you are looking for that information, maybe
Okay.
he might help.
Okay. We'll try.
good to me.
We're trying. Okay.
All right. It's on the western side of the castle. You can go out to the front and through the carriage house.
Thank you again, Thinning.
You are welcome. So you guys can loop around, head over to these lion lock doors. Where are you guys? Grab. Yoink. Grab. Yoink. Where is Saoirse? Saoirse's like somewhere else, right? Oh, there she is. She's over in the corner.
Oh, I never moved her.
Nobody put Saoirse
Just
in
wherever
the
you
corner.
put her.
Okay, yeah, you guys are all over here. And as you guys approach these lion locks to go enter the library of the Palace of Heart's Desire, that's what we're gonna call it for the night. We're gonna end a little early because I gotta be up at like 6:30, something like that tomorrow. So
Big castle.
big castle, very big. So yeah, thank you as always to my players for joining me on this lovely Feywild adventure and Palace dungeon crawl. Thank you to those of you who are watching both now and in the future. Thank you, St. Andrew69, for hanging out in the chat. Blitz, iPyrite, everybody who contributed in the chat and just like kept it popping. We love having you here. And for those of you who are watching now or in the future, thank you for your support and your patronage. We love you. Don't forget to check out Cardboard Castle Games, Little Dragon Core. Are you guys off tomorrow night?
We're off tomorrow.
No Fandelver and Below tomorrow night. They're taking a little break, so yeah. But am I missing anything? Thank you, Sirenscape, Suncraft, etc., etc. Anything else that anyone wants to say? Okay.
Yo, mama.
Stream canceled forever. Why you no care me? Yeah, so the next time you are trying to convince a nosy, gossipy butler to give you information about his employer, and you're sharing very juicy secrets with him that not even the audience gets to see, don't forget to add your proficiency bonus, and we'll see you back here next time.
Love you, bye.
Love you, bye!
Love you, bye.